Oh, camera's a little bit misty. See if we can't clear that up. There is an off chance. Oh, there we go. Is that better? Yeah. There is an off chance that my fire alarm goes off in the middle of this. Because for reasons best only known to itself, it decided to go off. There's nothing on. There's no fire on. Even the stove is off. As far as I can tell, it just doesn't like the fact that it's warmer than normal and I don't like being cold. Anyway, welcome to day 19. Is it day 19 or is it day 20? Oh, it is. I don't know. It is day 19. I just checked. It is day 19. So, you might be wondering by the choice of the lighting that I'm currently sat in, why it's so late in the day, because it is about 3 p.m. And you might also be wondering, hey, with those clips at the beginning, what was with those clips? Like, you know, they were really short, looked like you were having a great time, and I was. I was having a great time. I was having an evening out with friends, as I said I was going to in yesterday's vlog. And then the food arrived, and my tooth exploded. Yes, you did read that right. My tooth exploded. We're not entirely sure why, but it exploded in little pieces, and I mean like little pieces, tiny pieces of white bone shrapnel. And yeah, so that was a thing. So currently, I have a back tooth that I still have right now with a whole chunk missing. And I'm fairly confident that the shattering, for whatever reason, has caused a fracture, a big fracture, along another part of it. And now I'm terrified that the other part of it is going to come out. And you might be now thinking, well, my goodness, Lizzie, I mean, what did you eat? And the answer to that is a chip. Just one. I ate a chip. Not the hardest thing in the world. Hence why I am baffled by the fact that it managed to explode so marvellously. And I'm not downplaying that. I was still finding little pieces of bone on my trousers when I got back. And I mean like tiny, tiny, like sand-like pieces. The other bits were bigger. But yeah. It's just gone. And I don't know why. So this morning, I spent the majority of this morning in a bit of a mess because I was frantically trying to phone dentists. I'd already phoned 111, which is like our non-emergency number. And they directed me to like a list of NHS dentists that they have on the NHS website. Absolutely none of them would see me. They're all listed as NHS dentists. They're all listed as taking taking emergency, because that's what this is. NHS cases, not taking NHS patients, just listed as taking emergency NHS cases, where you call 111, they give you a referral number, which is what they gave me. You give them the referral number, the NHS pays them for the treatment. You provide the treatment, the NHS pays you. That's how that works. Absolutely every single last one of them refused. Every single last one of them refused, even to the point of one of them turning around and telling me that the referral number meant nothing. So yeah. So consequently, that was my morning. You can imagine after I'd done all of that phoning, I was in a fair bit of distress. I didn't really want to do any vlogging. I was scared. I still am, to be fair, but I was scared about the rest of my teeth legitimately falling out, and I'm not a dentist. I don't know what to do about that. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I was going to get around this. Most of the dentists that I did call that were then immediately trying to sell me their private treatment, as you would expect. And I'm not in a position to pay hundreds of pounds for dental treatment. I'm simply not. I pay towards a health service effectively. I have insurance because I pay national insurance, and quite honestly, I'm not entirely sure what I pay it for, but I pay national insurance for it. So I was so incredibly frustrated this morning when every single one of these turned around and basically said, yeah, no, we don't really care what it says. We don't care that we may have at some point signed up for it. We don't care that by signing up for it, we are legally obligated to take on an NHS case, with a referral number. We're not interested in any of that. We're just going to turn around and tell you your referral number means jack. And we're just going to sell you our private treatment because then we get all the money. I'm going to be very political now. You're welcome to, because I feel very strongly about this right now, you're welcome to skip ahead to whatever is coming next. But if you're an NHS, if you're a dentist, you studied under our university system, which is subsidised to a very small amount, but still subsidised by the government, because any international student will tell you exactly how much that really costs. Your student loan was provided by the government. So your certification, in part, comes from the government. I am a true believer right now that if you took our education and you took our, and you've decided to set up a dentist practice in this country, if you are given a referral number by the NHS to see a patient and the NHS will pay you, yes, they will pay you less. Tough shiggles. You currently get yourself paid, £90,000+ a year. You're not going to miss it. If the NHS gives you a referral, I'm sorry, but if you're a dentist in this country, you should be obligated to take it, if you can. Now, if you're full, you're completely rammed, you have got no space that day, that is a very different, that's a different thing. But I do believe that if you're consistently saying that you don't have any space, you should have to prove it. If you've set up a dental practice in this country and you are not taking NHS emergency referrals, and you are turning around to people who are like me, who are worried, scared. I don't go to the dentist all that much. My teeth are generally fine. You can imagine the shock that I was dealing with whilst I was at the restaurant. I'm sorry, if you are a dentist right now and you are not taking NHS referrals, quite frankly, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I say that directly to camera. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because you got your qualifications here. You can't turn around and say, oh, well, I'm an Indian doctor or a Lithuanian doctor or an orthodontist. Or I'm an Indian orthodontist, etc., etc., etc. I'm sorry, that won't wash, because you had to have your skill. You had to prove that you had your skills. You had to have your certification authenticated for the UK. If you are living in this country, if you're not living in this country, but if you have a dentist practice in this country, you are practicing in this country, you're practicing in the UK, and the NHS turns around and it says that we have this person with a referral number, you provide the care, we will provide you with the finance so that you are not out of pocket. That's the big one, out of pocket. And if you turn around and say no, like every single one of the 4 listed in King's Lynn. Every single one of them did. And I had a range. Of reasons why not. Like I said, one of them, the most horrific of was the one who turned around and said, we don't care, your referral number means absolutely nothing. It's not worth anything. You might as well just screw it up and throw it in the bin. That was the worst. My camera's shaking because when I get passionate, my hands shake. The other one, see if I can balance you somewhere. Cushion's not the greatest place to balance you, but that was the absolute worst. You're still going to shake a little bit, I'm afraid. And I had that one, and I had everything from... The one that was the most common was, well, we don't have an NHS dentist at the moment. But according to your website, you've got 8 practitioners at your practice. So 8 actual dentists at your practice. Yeah, but they're all private. Right, okay. Is there a drastic difference? Are people who are registered with the NHS different specimen of human? Are our teeth any different? No, is the simple answer. So, yes, so I'm going to say again, directly to camera, if you're a dentist in this country, in the UK, other countries do their thing, but if you're a dentist in this country, you do not take an emergency referral from the NHS, who certified your goddamn orthodontistry, you shouldn't have a practice here. And I'm going to leave it at that, because there might be people who are dentists who watch this in the future and get upset about that. I really don't care if you do get upset about that. Feel free to fire as many horrific comments down in the boxes as you please. I will probably just delete them, but feel free to do that. However, you should feel ashamed of yourselves, and if you're arguing with me and trying to validate your point in the comments at any point between now and the future, you are ashamed of yourselves, because you're spending the time to try and defend it, and it's not defendable. It's not defendable. Now, I know that I only spoke to receptionists, but it's not defendable, and I think you know it. Anyway, consequently, I have canvassed around to try and find the cheapest orthodontist I can. It's going to cost me £80 just for them to take a look, and I don't know what the final cost will be of that tomorrow, because they can't tell me until they've taken a look. It's the 19th. We have 5 days out of Christmas. Tomorrow is in fact the last day that most of them will be open until after Christmas. So that's great. But I have absolutely no idea what tomorrow what the final cost will be. And I'm dreading it. I've got a feeling that the tooth will probably have to be pulled. I can't wait for an explanation as to what the genuine hell happened, and how a chip managed to detect. It wasn't even a hard chip; it was a soft chip. We're not talking like chips as in like a bag of chips from the States. We're talking like a chip, a fry, one soft with some cheese on it. And if you must know, managed to do that. I have no idea. I know I've had a filling in that tooth before, and consequently, I know that obviously that filling's not there anymore. I've probably swallowed it. Not gonna lie. Like most of the chips, I've probably swallowed it. I know that some of you might be thinking, does it hurt? Am I in pain? It's hard for me to explain. The simple answer to that is no. My tooth doesn't hurt, although I feel like it should, because there's a chunk of it missing. And I've not felt like that weird space since I was probably like 10. But it doesn't hurt. But every now and then I will get kind of like a dull ache or a sharp pain here. Which is not unusual because of where it is. It's kind of back here somewhere, and then you kind of, that nerve goes up the side of your head. So, yes. So, no. It's not pain that I can't deal with. My tears this morning were not caused by pain, they were caused by frustration. Because I was getting so angry with some of these people. I didn't argue with any of them because, quite frankly, it wasn't worth it. I did ask one of them when they said they were never going to take and never had taken any NHS patients, that maybe they should let the NHS know that. Apparently they have, and the NHS won't take them off. Yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly struggling. I'm quite scared of tomorrow. I'll take you with me, but I'm quite scared of tomorrow because I just don't know how much I'll be paying. I've got to go in there blind. The fingers crossed, it'll be £80 for them to effectively poke around, and kudos to the receptionist who understood completely my frustration, and took it in her stride, when she could hear the level of my frustration. And she was the only one who turned around and said, well, even if you went with us privately, we couldn't see you till next year. She was the only one who turned around and said, look, she was the only one who turned around and said to me, look, here's the outlying cost. Call around. See who else you can find. I can fit you in tomorrow morning. I say tomorrow morning, but 11:20. I can fit you in tomorrow morning. She was the only one who turned round. She was also the only one who turned round when I said, hi, I don't know how to explain this, but my tooth has exploded. Who turned round and said, oh, that sounds unpleasant. She was the only one who showed even an iota of sympathy. And while I strongly disagree about the fact that they couldn't take any NHS, they weren't on the list of ones that apparently should be, but they couldn't take any NHS. Although apparently she did say it's a shame that you're not 17 or under, because then we'd see you under NHS for free. So yes, she she tried. I feel like she tried to be as sympathetic as she possibly could be. And she was the only one who actually seemed to make any effort over the phone whatsoever. She totally understood my financial situation when I briefly explained to her that I am not made of money. She did seem to do her best. I'm not going to say which dental practice it is, because unless you're in Kings Lynn, it's fundamentally irrelevant. So, but she was extremely good, and she at least seemed to show a level of sympathy and was very respectful of me. When I was asking her questions that realistically must have been very difficult for her. She's not a dentist. She hasn't got an orthodontic degree. She's not got any of those things. She's just a receptionist, and I was there turning around and going, well, give me a breadth. Can you tell me kind of like if they have to remove it, which I'm assuming is probably what they're going to have to do. If they have to remove it, like what what are we working with here as far as like cost is concerned? So she was very good. She was very good. She understood, and she was very calm, and she understood like my frustration and the fact that, you know, obviously your tooth exploding in your mouth isn't an everyday occurrence. You're a little bit shocked that it's happened. So yes, I have to say kudos to her, because yeah, she was the only one who actually showed me any level of concern whatsoever. But yeah. Anyway, that's my little rant on the subject. That's why that's all the clips you're gonna get from yesterday. Because yeah, my tooth just exploded. It's still there. I always a chunk of it. Like I said, there's a big kind of crack down one part of it that I can feel with my tongue. So I'm justifiably very concerned. There we go. Anyway, yes. So I suppose we should get on with the rest of the day. And I think the rest of the day is going to be me trying to chill myself out from having to go to the dentist tomorrow when I wasn't expecting to. So it may include wrapping, and it may include me going and doing shop stuff. Whatever I think will take my mind off it the best, I think. But yeah, that's what happened. Moving on. Hello. I'm wearing this because it's a bit chillier tonight. So, yeah, please excuse all the mess at the end of my bed. After feeling fairly angry and irritated and sorry for myself, I did not go in today. So we're gonna cheer ourselves up. We're gonna wrap some gifts, and I have got my laptop and things here. And then we're going to possibly play some computer games or just watch some stuff. I know that I've got I live in a house, obviously. My son is with his dad today, so I don't have to put on a brave face or anything like that. And I've had the window open all day, just in case the reason the fire alarm was going off, something to do with that. So consequently my house is as cold as it is outside at the moment, hence again for this, which, you know, is, I don't know what I would do without this thing. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go and wrap some Christmas presents. And as I was saying, like, even though I've got a whole house, sometimes it feels better to be somewhere small than it does to be to have the run of everything. And I mean, there's nothing wrong, like, that light's on out there, I can go out there and I can go and get food or drink or whatever I want. Yeah, I think, you know, there's nothing stopping me. So yeah, but it just helps sometimes to be in a slightly smaller space. Less things to worry about, maybe, I don't know, but a slightly smaller space. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. I don't know what is or was wrong with my fire alarm. I'm gonna give it a bit. If it goes off again whilst I'm in here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Everything's just going wrong today. My tooth has exploded. I've had to fight to get a dental appointment. The fire alarm keeps going off. I don't know what the hell is going wrong today, but today just doesn't like me. So I'm hoping it doesn't go off again, because I've had to close the window in the kitchen now. Yes, it is definitely the fire alarm. not the carbon monoxide alarm or anything like that. So I'm assuming it is purely because of heat or something. I don't know what, but yeah, if it goes off again, I don't know what to do, because I can't have the window open in the kitchen all night because the house will be freezing. So, you know, so I hope it doesn't go off, but I am slightly worried if it does. I mean, I've got people I can call who can probably come over. They can't do anything, but who can come over. And yeah, you know how it is, like everything just feels like it's going wrong today. It's like everything knew that it was the 19th. Tomorrow is officially the 20th of December. It's like everything knew. And I don't know. It's all crazy. It's all crazy, and I don't know. Yeah, I have no words left. So but I'm gonna try and do some gift wrapping. I've not done any gift wrapping. I've done some gift wrapping, but like I'm not like, this isn't like a load of gift wrapping that needs to be done. And it's all little things, so it doesn't require much. And yeah, I am just hoping to kind of like chill and stuff. I've managed to put a story up on my social media, but I haven't managed to post today because I didn't know what to post. I'm supposed to be promoting Monica was still on Only4. I get a feeling that people are either waiting for their last one to be paid, like just before, like the day before Christmas, or what is going on. But I've at least put something up today, and something is better than nothing. And I think I'm just feeling very overwhelmed by everything. And I think the fear and the worry about my tooth and about tomorrow going to the dentist and things is weighing heavily on my ability to keep on track with things, and be okay about everything going weird today for some reason. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Let's just do some wrapping and get on with things, and yeah, try and kind of like put it out of our minds for the time being, I think is probably the best thing to do. Try and do something to kind of like distract. done 3 piles of wrapping. My legs officially hurt from being cross-legged this long. Yeah, plus the cameras are really not liking kind of like the fairy lights and things, is it really? So, I think I'm going to call it there. And yeah, I think I'm going to call it there and just do a thing. I think someone's posted something through my letterbox, which is really odd because it's an odd time of day to be doing it. But yeah, plus I need to edit the vlog and things and put it up. So yeah, tomorrow's certainly going to be an interesting one. Day 20, 4 days to go. And we're going to go and see what the hell is going to happen to my tooth. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. On the one hand, I kind of hope that they'll just look at it and go, yeah, it needs to come out, and they can just take it out then and there. And then on the other hand, it's like I don't really want to have toothache like that for like the next. Oh, there's another one. I don't really want to have toothache like that for like the next, the week of Christmas. So I guess we'll find out what happens, and yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go and see what the post is about. But I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 20. For a impromptu dental visit, and yeah. I think depending upon how that goes, we'll see how the rest of the day goes. I do have some D&D in the evening, which is great. It's the last D&D of the year. We won't be meeting up again until kind of like well into the New Year. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens with that. I haven't recorded any of the D&D this year, simply because other stuff has just happened. So yeah. As for my business, it's pretty much all kind of tied up for the year now. My business does not close. It is always open. So if someone orders, I'll go in and do stuff. If not, I technically consider myself kind of on holiday now. Yesterday was the last day of postage for getting it to by Christmas Eve on for the UK for me. I will always try to get it out. Normally if someone posts late on the 18th, I will still post it on the 19th and I'll just upgrade it to first class. But no one has done that, so this time round. Last year they did. So yeah, so I guess we'll find out. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I consider myself pretty much done for the year as far as my shop is concerned. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for day 20. I guess we'll find out in the saga of my tooth what happens there. Okay then, I will see you tomorrow.